Hi guys, so I got some more NFL news for you. First, this is an NFL related thing. I just want to say it. So I want to say sorry for the Goodrow family's loss. Rest in peace, Johnny Goodrow and his brother. It's a tough loss. He was a great NHL player. So let's get to NFL news. So Falcons are signing offensive guard Elijah Wilkinson to their practice squad. He's decent depth. That's really it. You don't want him starting much at all, really at all. But yeah. And now originally it was came out that safety Lucine for Vikings first round pick was signed to the Jets practice squad. He backed out of that and now is signing with the Bills practice squad. So yeah, we'll see there. I feel like he probably has a better chance with the Bills anyways, just because Jets have good depth in secondary, but the Bills have some questions there, some injuries, and some of the guys they've got rid of. So we'll see there. Then we got some Bengals news. So they're replacing defensive tackle McKinley Jackson into reserve. So he's a guy out for at least 4 weeks. Now that making room, they're now re-signing running back Travion Williams. He was just released. It was probably just room just so they had that roster space. So then they would cut him, placed with Jackson on there. So he's only out for 4 weeks, and then re-sign Williams. So yeah. Then they also are signing running back Kendall Mitten to their practice squad from a Georgia running back. He's all right, just a developmental player. And then the Browns are cutting quarterback Tyler Huntley, and they're re-signing running back Deontay Foreman. Sound like for a while, I've been think new rumors have been going around that the Browns were trying to trade away Dorian Thompson Robertson or Huntley. So obviously they weren't able to get enough, or must have a trade market or something. So they probably was trying to buy a couple more days. So they released Huntley and then they brought back Foreman, who they just had released. So yeah. And then Lions are placing defensive lineman John Comiskey on injured reserve, so he's out for at least 4 weeks, probably longer by the sounds of it. But yeah, he has been good for them. Like he's been a good player for them so far. And then they also are signing Donovan People Jones back to their practice squad. They just released him. Yeah, it's just he. A lot of people were surprised when he got cut, but he's not that good at this point. And then Texans are signing. Oh, I forgot what position he is. They are signing Keenan Slovis. He's a quarterback to the practice squad. He's done nothing. I don't think he's ever done anything in the NFL. It's just he was a relatively high. He was pretty highly rated recruit coming out of high school. Then he struggled at Georgia, and then he was all over the place in college. And the Chargers are cutting safety Tony Jefferson. He was just a depth safety, but he's trying to make a comeback. He has had some good years, but he is he is 32 at this point. You're not expecting much, and took off year last year. So yeah, he was all right, but it was safety depth anyways. And now, so the Saints are now cutting running back Kenny Omagnu. They just claimed him off the waivers the other day from the Vikings, but then sounds like he failed a physical, so now they're releasing him. So maybe that was part of the reason why the Vikings released him, maybe. But so yeah, nothing good for Omagnu. He's a really good returner. He's not. He doesn't do. He's not. Don't be doing much for your running back though. So then Vikings are making a quarterback move. So they're signing quarterback Brett Riffin, and they're cutting quarterback Jaron Hall. Riffin's just a depth quarterback, but Hall, second year, former fifth round pick out of BYU. He had to start some games. He did all right last year. Sounds like Quesido Fomenza and their GM, and then Kevin O'Connell, their head coach, come out and said that if he doesn't get claimed off waivers, they're going to try to send him to their practice squad. But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if anybody claims him just because he has that potential and he had showed some flashes. But he is 26, so we'll see. There's still time for other teams to claim him, but nobody has claimed him yet. Him yet, I should say. So we'll see there. So yeah. Then Eagles cornerback. Whoops. Eagles cornerback James Bradbury will be out 6 to 8 weeks with a lower egg injury. They are placing him on injured reserve, which is no surprise because so that's gives you an extra roster spot. He's gonna be out at least 6 weeks anyway, so you might as well. It's not like there's potential for them being back sooner. Because he did not do very good for them last year, but he has been good for them previous year. He did really good with them, so we'll see. They also are claiming defensive lineman Byron Young from the Raiders, just the depth developmental defensive lineman. So yeah, this is Young's second year now. And Buccaneers are signing former Giants wide receiver Sterling Shepard to their practice squad. They just released him the other day, so it's just that and bringing him back in the practice squad. He had some fine years for the Giants, but he has not been great these last couple. He's had some injuries, so we'll see. It's good depth at wideout. And then we finally got into Brandon Ayuk saga. 49ers are extending wide receiver Brandon Ayuk to a 4-year deal worth $120 million. $76 million of that is guaranteed. So yeah, they finally paid him. But now we'll see if they don't what they do with Jaron Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, just because they had Jaron Jennings, who has been a good number 3 for them. But then they also drafted Pearsall in the first round. And do you really want that 4 really good? Do you really need those two guys, both of them, or do you and try to get some extra draft picks maybe? But we'll see. Maybe they keep Jennings for this year and they trade him this upcoming off season. So I think they signed him back on a 2-year deal. The Browns have restructured quarterback Deshaun Watson's contract to make $36 million in cap space. So they now have $62 million in cap space. That is most in the league right now. That's not a huge deal just because it's the middle of the season. You're not really making any big moves at this point just because there's nobody big to sign. And even if you trade for somebody big, they're not going to have that big of a cap hit. But by doing this makes Deshaun Watson's cap hit like 72 something million or something around that the next 2 years. So it's like he has a huge contract. Let's see. Hopefully he has a bounce back year. But even if he does, he's not going to be worth that huge of a cap hit next 2 seasons. So they don't have to restructure that again somehow. Then the Dolphins are extending their head coach, Mike McDaniel, through the 2028 season. So he's going to be here at least another 4 years. So he's going to be here until 2028. So yeah, he's been a good head coach for them. Just can he keep them? Can they still be good at the end of the season? Because these past couple years with the Dolphins, they've struggled near the end. Like they start off really good. Once teams start to see some of their play calls, start knowing some of their playbook for this season, this Dolphins tend to start struggling. So we'll see. But either way, he's a good head coach. Then Cardinals are signing linebacker Chris Barnes from their practice squad to the active roster. So yeah, they released him. So now they signed him to practice squad. So now they're bringing him back to active roster. He's just a depth linebacker. It's really it, but he's good depth, and he has had to start before, so he can start if needed. We don't really want him starting if you can't avoid it, like a consistent basis. But hey guys, that's it for this NFL news. Hope you have a good rest of your day.